Current Affair 15 October 2016. Paper 3 topic Security Challenges and their Management in Border Areas, Linkages of Organized Crime with Terrorism. Center plans to revive counter-terrorism body. The Center is planning to revive the National Counter-Terrorism Center (NCTC), a project conceived by the UPA government in 2012. The government is planning to rework the National Counter-Terrorism Center proposal to allay the fears of state governments that their intelligence gathering mechanism would be encroached upon by the center. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स में ये फेयर है कि उनकी सिक्योरिटी में सेंटर विल एनक्रोच. दैट्स वाई नेशनल काउंटर टेररिज्म सेंटर में इसके ऊपर रीवर्क करने के ऊपर सोचा गया है, ये प्रपोजल लाया गया है. व्हाट वाज प्रपोज्ड? इट वाज आफ्टर द 26/11 Mumbai terror attack that the then Home Minister suggested setting up of the National Counter-Terrorism Center (NCTC) on the lines of the one in the United States and the British Joint Terrorism Analysis Center for coordinated counter-terror operations. However, concerned that such an agency would well be abused by the center for political ends, many chief ministers struck down the idea primarily because the unit was to function under the Intelligence Bureau, and unlike the US agency, it would be empowered to conduct searches and arrest under Section 43 and 43A of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Key facts: it has the power to conduct searches and arrest in any part of India. The National Counter-Terrorism Center, to be located within the Intelligence Bureau, will carry out counter-terror operations and collect, collate, disseminate data on terrorism. The agency will also maintain a database on terrorists and their associates, including their families. The National Counter-Terrorism Center will also formulate a response to terror threats. It is meant to serve as a single and effective point of control and coordination of all counter-terrorism measures. It will also have the mandate to carry out anti-terror operations, if any, through or in conjunction with the state police. Now the paper 2 topic, that is bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving India and or affecting India's interest. India, Russia to set up agro-irradiation centers. India and Russia have signed a pact to set up 25 integrated infrastructure centers for irradiation treatment of perishable food items to improve shelf life and cut post-harvest losses. So let us understand what is irradiation. In irradiation, the food products are subjected to a low dosage of radiation to treat them for germs and insects, increasing their longevity and shelf life. इन जो फूड प्रोडक्ट्स में डोसेज, अपने जो रेडिएशंस की डोसेज होती है बहुत लो होती है, जो कि किसके ऊपर, रेडिएशंस टू जर्म्स एंड इंसेक्ट्स की होती है. इससे ये होता है कि उस प्रोडक्ट की लॉन्गेविटी एंड शेल्फ लाइफ बढ़ जाती है. Radiation treatment is carried out in dosage recommended by the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA), and it neither reduces the nutritional value of food nor spoils their taste and appearance. So how this will help India? In India, according to estimates, post-harvest losses in food and food grains are around 40 to 50%, primarily due to insect infestation, microbiological contamination, physiological changes due to sprouting and ripening, and poor shelf life. The wastage of fruits and vegetables alone is about rupees 60,000 crores annually, including cereals, meat, pulses, and flours. The annual loss is estimated to be 2,50,000 crores. Besides, there are a few low level irradiation plants in the country which are not adequate. With the proposed centers, it is possible to reduce their losses. There are some certain key facts about this. At least 7 centers will be set up in Maharashtra, with the first center near Shirdi to be ready next year. Perishable items ranging from flowers to fish will be treated there on a commercial scale. The agreement was signed between Russia's United Innovation Corporation (UIC), a subsidiary of Rosatom, State Atomic Energy Corporation, and Hindustan Agro Co. Limited on the sidelines of BRICS Business Forum. As part of the agreement, a joint venture will be formed for this purpose. These irradiation centers will use the technology and technical solution based on gamma facility or electron accelerator. Now, the third news is paper 2 related. Similarly, Parliament and state legislatures, structure and functioning, conduct of business, powers and privileges, and issues arising out of these. Smaller parties, independents in Rajya Sabha unite for more talk time. Vice President Hamid Ansari has formally recognized a group of 22 MPs belonging to parties with less than 4 MPs and certain independents as a consolidated bloc, the United Group. This is only the third time in the history of Indian Parliament that this is happening. The first was in 1983 and the second in 1990. What was the need for it? Hailing from ideological diverse backgrounds and including nominated MPs, this group of MPs have united to secure more time to speak in House debates where their solitary and numerically lean status afforded them as little as 3 minutes of speech time. Significance of this move. Smaller parties and independent MPs who may want to contribute to debates rarely get enough time to put forward a cogent argument. But with the grouping, now such MPs form the third largest group in the Rajya Sabha. After the Congress and BJP, now they also find a place in the Business Advisory Committee (BAC) that decides time allotment. Time allotted to parties to speak on debates depends entirely on their strength in the House. A grouping of this kind will therefore make it possible to speak for. So the news is all about कि राज्यसभा में MPs जो होते हैं उनको बोलने का इंडिविजुअली दे डोंट गेट द चांस टू स्पीक अप, बट अब यहाँ पे एक यूनाइटेड ग्रुप बनाया जाएगा जो कि अपनी डिबेट्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर पाएंगे. हाउ दे वांट टू स्पीक अप, उनको 3 मिनट से भी कम का टाइम मिला जाता था पर्टिकुलरली एक इंडिविजुअल को, बट अब इस ग्रुपिंग में दे कैन डिस्कस मोर एंड पुट अप देयर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ऑल्सो. Now the fourth news is paper 3 related, science and technology, developments and their applications and effects in everyday life, achievements of Indians in science and tech, indigenization of technology and developing new technology. Self-powered UV photodetector charges energy storage devices. Researchers from the Indian Institute of Science, IISc, Bangalore have developed a cost-effective, high-performance, self-powered UV photodetector that can use the harvested optical energy for direct self-charging of energy storage devices such as supercapacitors. How was it developed? The researchers developed the photodetector by integrating semiconducting vanadium doped zinc oxide VZNO nanoflakes with a conductive polymer. Zinc oxide ZNO, the base material for UV detection, can be doped with vanadium to produce photodetectors that are self-powered. When doped with vanadium, the microstructure of ZNO changes from nanorods to closely packed nanoflakes, causing an increase in the surface area to the volume of the material. The nanoflakes are 80% more porous than nanorods. The UV light that gets into the pores undergoes multiple reflections and finally get absorbed. The vanadium zinc oxide doped nanoflakes are further annealed, heated and allowed to cool slowly in the presence of hydrogen gas at 350 degrees Celsius, hydrogenated, to increase the conductivity and reduce the recombination of photogenerated charge carriers. Key facts: the vanadium doped zinc oxide nanoflake structure has 98% light harvesting efficiency, which is much higher than the 84% seen in zinc oxide nanorods. The photodetector has superior performance in terms of faster detection of photosignals in the order of milliseconds even when UV light intensity is low. जब UV light बहुत कम होगी, then also these photodetectors can detect the light and photosignals, and they just can convert it into charge. It can be used for operating electronic devices in the absence of external power source. Now there are some facts for prelims. Vice President Hamid Ansari is visiting Hungary and Algeria. The Hungary visit should serve to underline and acknowledge the support and understanding that India has extended to that country over a long time. In the case of Algeria, which has rich oil, gas and phosphatic resources, India sees this visit as an opportunity to kindle interest in cooperative ventures. Collaboration in the field of space missions is also on the horizon. Hungary is a parliamentary constitutional republic in Central Europe. It is situated in the Carpathian Basin and is bordered by Slovakia to the north, Romania to the east, Serbia to the south, Croatia to the southwest, and Slovenia to the west, Austria to the northwest, Ukraine to the northeast. The country's capital and largest city is Budapest. It is a member of European Union, NATO, the OECD and Schengen area. Algeria is a sovereign state in North Africa on the Mediterranean coast. It is the largest country in Africa. Algeria is bordered to the northeast by Tunisia, to the east by Libya, to the west by Morocco, to the southwest by Western Saharan territory. Mauritania and Mali to the southeast by Niger and to the north by Mediterranean Sea. The country is a semi-presidential republic. New Secretary General of UN. The United Nations General Assembly UNGA has formally elected Antonio Guterres as the new Secretary General of the United Nations. He will serve for 5 years starting from January 1st, 2017. The United Nations Secretary General is the head of the United Nations Secretary